this is dkdynamite for an emergency video here for you, showing you how to unlock what is easily the best free blueprint of all time. Definitely stay tuned. Now, as a big reminder, there's plenty of brand new coverage going up on detonated.com. An article did already go live on the site with the steps on how to go ahead and unlock this blueprint, but full credit does go to Flame150, XBL Cheeses, and Xcorn for grinding in-game for over 10 hours until they managed to figure this out. Now, you do need access to the brand new Dark Aether Rift as a part of Season 5 Reloaded. If you don't know how to go ahead and get those artifacts to enter that rift, I have a full guide that I posted about 24 hours ago. That's going to be linked down below. Now, if you're in a 3-man, which I highly recommend, by the way, this could be extremely difficult, then make sure one person in that squad is worrying about crowd control. I cannot stress this out enough. Have that person bring in an RGL with dead wire detonators, and then have at least another person bring in a Scorcher. You don't all need Scorchers, but make sure at least one person has one to get some of these steps done a lot faster. And as far as weaponry goes, I'd recommend an M13B. As you can see on screen, this is a build that Lego and I were both using in our game. Mags of Holding is really going to be your friend. I didn't have it in my match, unfortunately, but this will certainly help you defeat the entity boss a lot faster. And obviously, you guys should be running healing auras. Make sure you guys max out everything, get all your perks, take your time in Urzikstan, do a couple of contracts, make sure you buy as many self-revives as you possibly can as well. Feel free to stack up your entire inventory with them as we did, and also make sure somebody brings in a sigil. Now, you can do this bonus boss fight that I'm going to be showing you in a regular Dark Aether run, but you can only unlock the blueprint in the Elder Dark Aether run. Now, it doesn't hurt to do a regular run of this new boss fight to get a feel for the steps, to get a feel for how to defeat the new entity, but if you guys are zombie killing experts and you want to just go straight in to get the blueprint, feel free to spawn right in with an Elder Sigil. Now, I do recommend really watching this through very carefully before attempting this for yourself, because things can go wrong very damn fast. What you want to do in Urzikstan is also grab an inhibitor from one of the Spore Control contracts. You don't have to finish the contract, just grab the inhibitor, cancel it, and get ready to enter the Dark Aether. Now, for those not running a Scorcher, make sure you guys are holding a streak, whether it's a mortar, whether it's a jug, just so you can move around as fast as humanly possible. And the good news is, all the time that you spend in the Dark Aether doing the steps to enter the boss fight don't count towards how long you're going to have when actually defeating the boss. The timer will refresh when you're in the new entity boss fight. Now, you of course get half an hour in a regular Rift run and only 15 minutes in an Elder Rift run, so you got to be as quick as possible, and you can do this process I'm about to show you in about 5 minutes or less if you're being efficient enough and you watch this video through as carefully as you can. So what you want to do first is obtain an R4D. So below the main building where High Rise is at, you want to destroy the unmarked spore that is found right here in the middle of the room by using that inhibitor and then shooting it. This will then drop an R4D detector. DMZ players are going to be familiar with this one. You now want to follow the arrows in the same room all the way to a maze-like structure. Now, I did this 2 different times, one in a regular rift and another time in an Elder Rift, and the arrows didn't seem to change, but that still doesn't mean that you could just run through and follow the path that I'm on without using the R4D detector. Somebody has to be looking at those arrows with the device for it to progress you to the next step. So continue following those arrows, and if any new information does get found, I'll of course update the article on Detonated. But once you make it to the maze, things are going to get really messy, so make sure the person running crowd control can go ahead and throw a bunch of decoys. I mean, hey, the grenade bandolier schematic also comes in clutch for that. Make sure that person is spamming RGL, and then have the person with the R4D detector follow all of those arrows through the maze. It'll take you in a circle, then on top of some of the structure until it brings you to the outer part of the maze where you gotta go back in, and finally it'll lead you down this specific path. Once you get to the end here, you'll notice a yellow glowing stick there on the ground. Look at it with the R4D detector, and you'll now come across a damp gold skull. Now, this skull does feature a reference to Moby Dick, and what do you know, there's a big whale statue that's actually adjacent to where we originally got the R4D detector. So head into this building and it'll let you sacrifice the skull into the whale. Now, once you do that, you'll be given an IT thumb drive, and there's actually a clue on the description of this thumb drive which references C3 on the map. So you want to head over to the computer repair shop located in C3, and you can insert this thumbstick in a specific computer on the 2nd floor. So there was a blue screen right where that whale statue was, where we came from, and there's another blue screen up here where this computer is located. So I guess that was the hint that these 2 locations are connected. So what you want to do here is insert that thumb drive, and once you do that, it'll spawn in a very special HVT. But you'll now come across an HVT mangler whose name is the Key Holder. After defeating him, he'll drop a maintenance tower key, which you can take to the exfil point over on High Rise. So for those that don't have Scorchers, I want to make it to the very top and exfil, you got to rappel as high as you can, then jump onto the floating trains that'll lead you all the way to the top. It'll take you a minute or or two, but hey, if you guys all have Scorchers, you can skip this entirely and just fly your way to the top with ease. But once you're on this exfil point, enter this room and you'll see a portal in here. Now you have to have all 3 players in this room for the portal to turn purple. If one player is missing from this room, the portal will be red, meaning that you can't actually enter this new entity boss fight. Now once inside the portal, you will now be greeted by the entity's Echo. This is a variation of the boss that you could see in the story mission for Season 5 Reloaded. This is a 1-phase version of the fight and a hell of a lot more difficult. It's honestly kind of a cakewalk if you do this in the regular Ether Rift run, but on the Elder version, this entity boss does have a lot more health. And it's the same concept of shooting all the orbs until they break. It just requires a lot more bullets on the Elder version of this boss fight. Now, depending on the ranged weaponry that you have, you can honestly shoot the orbs from a distance if you want, but what I'd recommend is having maybe one person doing that while the other 2 people are getting up and close to the entity. One person is shooting at the orbs while that other player is watching their back with the RGL, throwing decoys, popping healing aura. You guys probably came in with a bunch of self-revives, which is good. Feel free to use them once in a while if you guys are split up for some reason, but try to save them whenever you can. But this boss fight feels like a big blend between the Ancient Evil fight to Legion and even the Archon, but it's all blended into one, which I'm actually a big fan of, and it's honestly pretty replayable with the right loadout. Now, whenever you get the chance, try shooting the orbs near her head and hands to prevent her from doing a heavy attack on you. That attack can honestly insta-down you if you guys don't have armor, but in the case that you guys brought in golden armor plates, you should be good. Now, you'll also see why Mags of Holding will really come in clutch for this fight. I didn't have it in my gameplay, but if I don't have to reload, then I have a lot more of an opportunity to go ahead and destroy a lot of those orbs even faster, so hopefully you guys can go ahead and bring that in if you've unlocked that schematic. Now, I'm gonna say it right now, this is arguably one of the best boss fights in zombies that we've seen in recent years, and I do think this is more fun than the Red Worm fight that we had back during Season 1 of MW3. This is the type of Easter egg that I think the entire community was hoping to see added in just about every seasonal update, but I'm glad that they honestly saved the best for last. Now, once you've gone ahead and depleted all of the health from the entity's Echo, you'll get a really clean looking animation showing that she's defeated, and you'll get a really pretty pop-up showing that you've unlocked a free Tracer Blueprint. This Tracer Blueprint is known as Infinite Cosmos, and it's for the STG. This weapon's very, very good in multiplayer, and it's still meta, at least to my understanding, over in Warzone. Now, the Blueprint does feature Rift Runner Tracers. These are among some of the coolest Tracers in Modern Warfare 3, and to my understanding, there aren't any opportunities to get a free Tracer Blueprint apart from doing Champion's Quest in Warzone. So this is a first for Call of Duty, and clearly a first for zombies as well. Makes me really excited to see what rewards we'll end up getting for doing Easter eggs in Black Ops 6 Zombies. Now, bravo to Sledgehammer, they absolutely killed it with the mid-season 5 Zombies update. I think they really ended zombies on a high note for this game, and it was an absolute honor being amongst one of the first teams to beat the story mission yesterday and get this new Easter egg done as of tonight. You can also check out how cool this blueprint blends with certain camos here in MW3, but this is going to be an absolute must-have for every game mode. But that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave all your thoughts down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on the Infinite Cosmos Tracer Blueprint unlock here in Modern Warfare 3 Zombies? Is this the best boss fight and blueprint reward that we've ever gotten in COD? Leave all your thoughts down below. Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everybody.